Hello, loves, and welcome to this divine union message. I don't know if this is exactly going to be for you, but if you're here, then chances are that it absolutely could be, right? So welcome in, my loves. Okay, so I have written down here a message that came through. It actually came through a couple days ago, but I just haven't had the time to sit down and record it. It's been so chaotic and so busy behind the scenes. And that, for me, is the ecliptic energy just rumbling right on through already. So let me know in the comments how you guys are holding up. Like, how are you guys feeling? I feel good. It's just I'm very aware of the rippling up and the things that will probably bubble up. So it's different. I don't know. So how are you guys doing? How are you guys feeling with the eclipse already? Okay, so the message that I have for you guys, first of all, I'm Erica. We have a lot of new subscribers, a lot of new Soul Familia members. If you guys have made it here, you guys have made it here for a very, very important reason on your soul's evolution journey. This channel is a Pillar of Light channel. This channel is a beloved sacred portal where you can come and receive downloads, activations, healings, information, all through the readings, and through, you know, a lot of times I will upload like light language healings and things of that nature, but all of that comes through the messages. And when it is a message for you and it activates something for you, it's like a puzzle piece, finding another puzzle piece, and it locks in and it fits, and that's what you came to receive. Okay, so welcome in. I'm did I say already, America? I'm a psychic medium and a high priestess. I think maybe I did. I don't know. But anyways, okay, here's the message. So this is about divine feminine, and it's for a collective group of souls of feminine and divine masculine, where both of you guys, specifically I wrote your heart chakras are purging. There's a lot of emotional purging and things happening and triggering in your lives, and that have been happening to trigger heart chakra healing and clearing. Your heart chakras are purging emotionally. So both of you guys have been feeling more emotional, like the littlest thing might make you cry, it might set you off, or you're having emotions and feelings bubble up from the past, or situations that, you know, you thought you healed and you were, you know, just, it's coming up in different ways. But the heart chakras are purging for union, and very high level, high powered emotional activations, specifically in the heart chakra, but also sacral chakra, the womb chakra, the solar plexus chakra, basically all the chakras, but these specific other chakras, there's going to be huge activations, but the primary focus is the heart and emotional activations that will occur when you come into union. Tears are going to flow, tears of rejoicing, tears of bliss and joy, tears of happiness and celebration and finality, full circle moment, feeling all of these feelings that you have felt and seen in this beautiful timeline that has locked in, or that is like locking in now. It's like, if you've ever seen Harry Potter, it's like the like, think of timelines as like the staircases that move in Hogwarts. Like one little choice, one little hairbrained decision can completely alter a whole timeline, where the staircase was going to lock in here, but your one choice or decision turns the staircase and locks it into a different pathway. So it takes a lot for divine union to happen between two souls. That's why I'm always harping on, I know you guys are probably sick of hearing it, but I will do it always because it's the truth. If you're manifesting divine union just with like one person, then you could be, I mean, we're not saying it's not possible, because absolutely, I just saw 444. See, for a lot of people, it's going to be that exact person who you see. But it could also not be that person, based upon a very small decision or a large decision that changes the staircases to miss each other and lock in somewhere else on other timelines, okay? It really is that simple. It really is that simple. So, but this message, okay, I'm going to get 3 tarot cards. I want to know the overall absolute energy of divine union, of physical union happening, because who this is for, you guys are already in 5D union. So you could be feeling like, oh gosh, the heart chakra. I mean, that could be like, I'm getting like heart chakra and solar plexus. You could be feeling like sometimes when you have a big release or a block that happens energetically, emotionally, etc., within the heart space or the solar plexus, physically, the way that it can feel afterwards, like the aftermath of it, because this is the kind of work I do daily with clients, besides like readings and past life stuff, is one-on-one energy healing sessions where that's what I do. Is I remove big blockages. We go back and we locate the source of traumas and certain contracts, parasites, attachments, anything that just doesn't belong or is holding the person back, right? But a lot of times, like, it's like a wave or something. So you will cry, you will feel very emotional outbursts will just come up. The body is shaking, tremoring, convulsing, because there's so much energy releasing all at once. There's so many physical things that can happen, but like when the heart or the solar plexus, you can feel tension or tightness, or when it's blocked in your chest cavity, in your rib cage, in your lower, in your like back around your ribs, around like the liver, the kidneys, the lungs. There's, the gallbladder, like there's just different organs that are affected, but physically you might feel it as like an elephant is like pressure. Like an elephant is sitting on your chest, or you have shallow breaths. It's hard to, you can't take full deep breaths. Your shoulders are very tense and tight. Your neck is like, it can affect all in this region, your arms, your hands, your elbows, arthritis, like all kinds of stuff, okay? So if you're feeling like extra like heaviness or like emotions, like, okay, then it can, I'm not saying that's the source. This is for entertainment purposes only, of course. This is not a one-on-one session. This is collective, of course. But that could be a part of this where you are so close to union and you're literally purging old wounds from the heart with these retrogrades and the Lion's Gate, like all the transits and the full moons and then everything, so that your 2 staircases can find each other and interlock and be together. It could be as simple as one of you guys is really doing the work and the other one is kind of doing the work, and the timelines pass each other again, okay? And more than likely, if this, I think for who this is for, more than likely, if that happens, like where masculine, like you guys miss each other again, whatever happens, the timelines don't hit like that, or someone changes their mind last minute, then absolutely on another timeline, there's another soulmate already coming in. It's like, I don't know, it really is like that though, I swear. And just keep in mind that the universe does not want anyone to be latching and holding on to anyone specific. Like, just have your heart absolutely open for the highest and greatest good. Just like with calling in money, a job, you know, your perfect career position, you know, like all of that, right? You may have a specific title, company, you know, that you really, really, really want. Well, that's fine. Put that out there. But also this or something better, this or something more, this or something more aligned, you know, for me. Like, the universe is going to give you that, whatever, which is for your highest good, right? So, okay. So give me 3 cards, universe, for this overall energy. So for me, this feels very close. This feels like it's about to literally happen in September. Happy September, by the way, mi amors. Happy Burr months. This is my favorite time of the year. Fall is coming. Like, fall is my favorite season. I am a Libra. I'm an October Libra. In fact, I just saw my birthday 10/8, and then I saw 10/10 and then 10/11. But anyways, so those could be all significant dates or numbers that you're seeing, you know, 108 or the 10/8, 10/9, 10/10, 10/11. Card number 1, the Chariot. Wow. We've got Cancer energy showing up with the Chariot. Got like Egyptian, Roman Empire, Greek, like they all did the Chariot thing. They all did the Chariot thing. But I think Rome really blew it up with the whole like Roman Colosseums, you know, and when they would conquer a new territory, they would, you know, they built more than one Colosseum, right? So I don't know. So all of that could be tied to this soul connection, past lives, maybe this masculine, or maybe you, maybe on a soul level in a past life in your Akashic records, maybe you literally were a gladiator, or you guys were in love during, you know, the rise of Rome during the Roman Empire, which lasted hundreds of years, right? So it could all be relevant, but this also represents an emperor. The emperor drives the Chariot. So right off the gate, right off the bat, we have overall, as I'm asking for 3 cards overall, the very first card is a major arcana. It speaks of major speed, major confidence, determination. This is a very focused energy, but it's fast, so fast. Okay, horses could also be relevant as like a spirit animal, or someone owns horses, rides horses. You could be like me, cowgirl, cowboy. It's a victory right off the bat, right out the gate. It's a victory. Look at that, bottom of the deck. Another card. So you have major arcana and then the minor arcana cards of speed. I feel like these 2 cards and the same exact thing. I feel like I'm having like a deja vu moment. You guys will know I just did a reading like this week. Within the week, I just did a reading where I'm pretty sure these 2 cards showed up together and I said the same exact thing. Where I said like you have minor arcana and the major arcana cards of speed and fast forward movement. I swear. I know I did. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, and then let's get one more. Extreme determination. So this week, these eclipse, like the eclipse portal this week, whatever transits are going on, I have no idea. Saturn is like back in Pisces, or is in Pisces. For me, like that, this transit is like, for me, it's like the final test. Like it's like the final review. This transit, Saturn and Pisces, the final review. So you might want to look it up, like where is Saturn in your chart, and you know, like whatever, however this transit affects you personally, like your horoscope or whatever. But for me, just overall collective, it's the final review, meaning like if people don't get it right during this time, right now, this transit, they may not ever get it right. They may not ever wake up. They may not ever get it right. Or they may just, it's like where the universe goes, you know what? I'm done. If they balance out in the future, all good. But there's something about like, you're not like off the hook, but at this point, like I just spoke of the timelines. Like, it's like if you don't get it right now, then the timelines that are all coming in and that are lining for you and all the things, then they're just gonna fly right by you. Like you're gonna go into another timeline. It's like that. So it's a really big deal, a really big transit. in my opinion, as an intuitive, as an oracle, in my opinion, I'm not an astrologer, but for me, I feel big. 5 of Wands. Interesting. So we have like water and then fire. These are two elements that absolutely like ease each other, soothe each other, put each other out even, right? Well, water and fire. This is a masculine. There could be something about the full moon that's coming up. This full moon that's coming up. I don't know what day exactly it's on, but pay attention from right now to the full moon. Inner conflicts, feeling like you're in a battle with yourself, old patterns maybe popping back up again. Like I just said with the Saturn transit, it's for me, that is what I'm calling the transit right now. Like Saturn in Pisces is the last and final review. It's like if you were in college and it was like the last, like this determines whether you graduate, walk, you know, get your diploma or not. This one grade, this one test, this one thing. And if you fail it, then you have to repeat it and you start, you know, like it's like that, right? But if you pass it, you pass with flying colors and everything just, right? That's the vibe of it. So it's not meant to give, like, sound like, oh, no pressure or nothing. But honestly, like, if you have a lot of that stuff that needs to go, you're going to feel just, irregardless, you're going to feel the pressure. Okay. All right, so this is the overall. The Chariot, the 8 of Wands, the 5 of Wands. Queen of Wands is on the bottom of the deck. More fire. So this is for both feminine and masculine. This is for both of you guys. Both of you guys are, there's a wave of energy. There's definitely a victory, like things coming down and happening for you, like an acceleration in your life. Like, I think that's what the reading I did were these two cards. It may not have been a love reading. It may have been just overall, like, something about, like, acceleration or your life moving forward really fast. Like, show me the Chariot, please. Show me the Chariot. I feel like this is really connected to the Divine Masculine here, since yeah, 3 of Swords. Yeah. 3 of Swords. There's a competitive nature, and 5 of Wands represents competition as well. There is a competitive nature that this masculine typically has when it comes to lovers. Like, they can get jealous pretty easily, and this is something that it's a wound in their own heart from trauma, etc., past lives, that they've been having to really work through. So it's almost like they're afraid. It's like they keep themselves in this prison, or like, you know, like a wall up. That's why. Okay, so because it's like I can be jealous, I can get, you know, I know myself and I don't want to be that way with her or him or whatever, right? But it also speaks of separation, a breakup. He's moving forward from something. So this masculine is moving, and it's crazy that, like, the first clarifying card here is the 3 of Swords, which this whole reading, this download is your heart chakras, both of you guys, as I'm clarifying both your energies here overall for union. Both your heart chakras are, like, purging insanely. They have been. And the reason why that they're purging is to make space, to hold space for union. Because massive, the biggest, most massive emotional activations that you will ever feel are going to happen. They're going to occur soon when you come into union, and the tears are going to flow on both ends. And they're going to be the most happiest, most healing, most activating, most clearing, most everything tears ever. I think this is a big indicator, like, through what it's basically like it's allowing forward movement. The healing that has been occurring in both of your hearts is allowing fast forward movement, okay? Let's get another one. The 4 of Cups. It's the stuff, the emotional wounds and trauma that you had neglected, avoided, and rejected. It's the shadow and the parts of you that you didn't want to look at, You didn't want to revisit. You didn't want to feel it again so you could heal it for good. Okay? Like, you can't make this stuff up. This is what happens when you finally do the work. So for who this is for, you finally did the work. Both of you guys. Both of you guys. Look who shows up again. This is like the 3rd or 4th time she has shown up again. The Queen of Wands. This is, first of all, this is a masculine who is focused and determined to get towards her, but he's also feeling his inner Queen of Wands, like the confidence. I'm feeling my power. Like, I'm doing what feels right for me, what will empower me, what will like heal me, what is gonna help me thrive, what's gonna like make me the king of my kingdom, the queen of my queendom, like all these things. But it's literally, she's in yellow and it's happiness, it's solar plexus. It is your happiness, in pursuit of happiness. She's gonna do what it takes to make her happy. So both of you guys are embodying this. Again, opening up the gateway for union. But it also confirms that your solar plexus and your heart chakras, like I said, have been extremely blocked. And for a lot of you guys, they probably are. They probably are, but there is purging, or there is stuff happening for a lot of you guys, right? Because again, this is collective. I wish I could say for every single one of you guys. That would be incredible. I wish I could say that, but it's not the truth, right? So, 8 of Wands. It's, okay, this is stuff that you've been wishing for and praying for a very long time. But it's also stuff that's coming in that you both had to learn a lot of lessons about. It was about fear in the material realm. Fears around opening up, fears around letting go, fears around money, finances. Like, these are all initiations and lessons you've had to go through to prepare for union. Because if both of you guys, or if one of you guys is not in that space, like if you still have a lot of insecurity and wounds and fear around finances, union isn't probably going to happen. Because, you know, even though like feminine will way show and teach and guide, and you guys will learn from each other while you're in a physical union and partnership through life, there's just certain initiations that have to occur before you can come into that union that will totally allow union frequency, I guess. There's the Emperor. There he is. This shows both your inner masculines, the healing that you've done. And again, the inner masculine, the masculine is connected to the material realm. It's all about the building blocks, you know, building things and creating things, even though the creation, imaginative stuff is the feminine energy within. The masculine takes the creation and maps it out and strategizes and builds it and brings it to life in the 3D reality. The warrior, the protector. So if you yourself don't feel like you're safe in your own body, if you don't feel like you can trust yourself, if your relationship with you is broken in these ways, then you're not ready for union. But if you've healed these things within you, then you are. Do you know what I mean? And wherever you're at, that's okay. Because everyone has their beautiful timing in their journeys. Okay. Give me one more for the 8 of Wands. So the 8 of Wands, where this is things basically in September, your life picks up speed. Your abundance is coming in. Like, for real it is, you guys, because we just had some massive, massive golden timeline alignment. Anchor in, lock in the month of August. This has been aligning for months and months and months. Now the earth has absolutely shifted. It's on a new timeline. You guys have felt the brutality of this shift. Out with the old. That part sucked. That part has been brutal. In with the new, right here, Chariot, 8 of Wands. That's what you've been hoping for and stuff, but you had to learn to let go. So did this divine masculine. Feminine had, right? So again, this is for both of you guys, okay? The Star card. Look how beautiful the Star card is here. This is alignment, which is coming true. That's why things are happening so fast, and so like there's so much happening. Your lives are changing so fast, but especially obviously in love. Okay, hold on. Okay. It feels like this is an emperor. I never let go of you. This is a feminine where she's been sending telepathic waves and messages and energy of love. She's been sending him prayers of healing, like, you know, not like prayers of like, oh, please do it so you can come back to me. That's desperation, that's fear, that's lack. That's definitely not Queen of Wands energy. That's definitely not Emperor energy. That's definitely not Empress energy. That's, you know, like a page energy. It's you just sending, like tapping your heart. Like I always say, like we tap our heart and we send them love. I tap my heart and I send them love. Like that's her vibe. Like I'm good over here in my queendom, surrounded by such beauty and the ocean, and I feel amazing and I feel beautiful and I'm happy in my body and I know who I am, and I've healed insecurities. I no longer, you know, feel insecure in a room full of other gorgeous women. I never, you know, I feel grounded. I feel, you know, I feel creative. I'm full of all these beautiful ideas that I'm birthing. So that's her vibe, right? Same thing with this chica over here on the star card. Like we'll just say it's a high vibe feminine energy, for instance, right? Same thing with masculine. He's not in this like fearful like energy that he used to be in, right? Okay. So that's where both of you guys have really been like mastering and healing, and you know, you've been learning to feel safe within your own life, in your home, in your body, in your choices, in your decisions, in your future, in your goals, in your creations. Like, can I trust myself to build my empire, you know, or do I still feel like I need someone there, you know, to be codependent on in order to build something successful, you know? It's like things like that, okay? So now let's clarify the Five of Wands. Why do we have this Five of Wands? I feel like this poor masculine, whoever the masculine is, I feel like this masculine has a lot of conflict around them. I feel like they have a lot of just like angry energy, argumentative energy, like drama. I feel like that's where they're really trying to get away from and protect themselves. But like because they're such high level empaths and psychics and intuitives, these masculines, they have a hard time it's like really hard for them not to be affected by that kind of outside noise. And same thing for the feminine, because remember, these top three cards and all of this is for both of you guys, where you're at as a whole for physical union. So right now, look at that. And Five of Pentacles, bottom of the deck, Nine of Wands. Oh yeah. So the eclipses and just everything, what it's been doing is it's been triggering, again, like I said, old wounds in your heart, your solar plexus, around money, stability, relationships to people. Again, it's a repetition of some kind of cycle. Okay? Do you run away? Do you escape? It's different like if you're like, oh, I'm going away to an Airbnb where I'm gonna like, you know, sit in nature and do like a digital detox, which by the way, you guys, I've been doing digital detox as much as I can the last like 4 or 5 days. But especially the last few days because it's been so insane, and it just makes such a huge difference. Like you literally just have to like cut everyone off and go silent and just, you know, for me, I had to do it to like bring myself back and ground. But anyways, more of that in other readings I'll share with you guys. But anyways, look at that. I'm losing the light here, and I broke I didn't break my ring light, but it's definitely the wounded warrior. It's old wounds from the past, Eight of Cups, where there's still confusion, where there's still smoke and mirrors, the Seven of Cups. So basically at this time and in the recent past, the universe has been making things happen, or things have been happening in both of your guys' lives to trigger this stuff. And that's why, this is beautiful. That's I just saw 29, 29, 11, 11. That's exactly why. This right here is the exact download that I received. It's the exact. This is past life. where you were at, where anytime you've been out in the cold, you've been betrayed, you've been hurt, you've been broke, poor, starving. These are your deeply rooted fears around the material realm. I'm a deeply rooted, you know, fear of losing it all, of, you know, your world crumbling from under your feet, and not having the money to, you know, have basic living survival needs for you and your children, like, etc., etc., etc. Like, these are serious fears that stem within your soul for so many different lifetimes, for so many different reasons. And same thing with it's for both feminine and masculine. A lot of triggers happening where you can see, or you now react differently than you did before, and maybe you're seeing the change of things. I know this masculine, whoever they are for sure. They're seeing the depth of how they've evolved. Like, they're like, whoa, like, I noticed that, like, before that would have pissed me off and I would have said this, whereas now that doesn't affect me at all. But also just massive big lessons around. That's why all the major arcanas and big hitters, like, were first, and then the major or minor arcana, like, toward at the end. Because it's like you went through the heavy hitting stuff, and now it's like the energetic residues and things like that. But these little things can absolutely become big things again. You know what I mean? All right. I'm going to take all those out real fast. Yeah, look, 5 of Swords. I mean, it's all these things of self-sabotage, self-defeat. It's basically like when you're, you know, you look outside and you go, oh, I'm the victim. Why does this keep happening? And, oh, you know, I'm always broke and I'm always having this problem and this problem. When, you know, you never look within and go, oh, that's because I'm the problem. Because I'm the one, you know, our heart chakra, speaking of the heart, and that's why the heart chakra is it is the gateway. It is the point of where heaven meets earth within you and all. It's the center chakra between the higher chakras of the heavens and the lower chakras of the earth. And we manifest everything through that chakra. Everything that happens to us in our life, every single day, and what our realities look like at this very moment, we manifested every single thing. So when our heart chakra has all kinds of attachments or energetic residues or blockages or trauma cords or parasitic things from the spiritual realm or other things, it's a really big deal, and it affects us on a really grand scale, right? So both of you guys have been doing a lot of heart chakra healing. That's what I mean. So both of your heart chakras have been purging for union. Huge emotional activations are going to occur when you come into union, and tears are going to flow. It's making space for your love, for you guys to be able to hold within your physical bodies, because these types of divine written in the star unions, you know, that means a divine union is two souls that have a very big purpose and mission here, individually and together, for the new earth, right? So it takes a lot of spiritual shadow work and work to get, and to even, you know, first of all, like, to get into the place where you're not worried and concerned about when is it going to happen for me all the time. And you really do just come into this place of rejuvenation and pouring into yourself, because you know it comes right back, and you're just right, man or woman. You're content, you're good. Okay? So this is for those of you guys who truly have come into the space of contentness, of really just being comfortable with yourself on your own. You know, life is you know, you have your things that you've been working through, but life is pretty good for the most part. You have changed, you have shifted, you have rebirthed yourself in the greatest of ways. You're vibrating at high frequencies. You know, you've created a solid foundation and structure for yourself with no one else to, you know, that can take credit. Like, you've done all the things, right? Right. Yeah, look, the Hierophant, yeah. High level spiritual union. Abso-freaking-lutely. Absolutely. But also, this is a masculine, you know, for me, this is very ancient energy, and I'm going to record a past life message about that right now, just for the whole collective. It's not love, it's just in general a message, but really, really big high priest vibes coming through right now, and a lot of Akashic energy, and you know, so it's a lot coming up that I need to get out for the collective and share with you guys about your past lives, about all kinds of things that are going on. So so expect definitely for that. And then of course the zodiacs, I'm going to be recording for the first half of August. This masculine is an extremely powerful masculine. I just want to say that. So feminine, your inner masculine, you know, you're stronger in your faith. You're leading by faith, by your spiritual connection, and like just different things like that. But I want to talk about this masculine. The masculine is definitely strong. Definitely strong, this divine masculine. And I just, like, September is like the month of union for this particular group of souls. It's happening in September. It may have already happened, I don't know, but definitely September. So let's go ahead and get a love oracle card. If you guys want your own personal reading, maybe you want to tune in with your Akashic records, your past lives. I am a past life Akashic healer, a guide, and teacher of the Akashic records. That's actually something I'm going to be opening up, is one-on-one classes. I'm going to do a group workshop on how to open up and access your own Akashic records. But I also, I want to offer one-on-one, like to work with me one-on-one for you to open up and access your Akashic records, and then to be able to tune in and read your Akashic records and connect. So get ready for that. Okay, here we go. Hold on. Sacred union. Sacred union. Look at that. It's literally your heart. Both of you guys have been so emotional, and plus there's just been a lot of really, excuse my French, but a lot of really shitty things happening in both your lives. But again, it was always for the highest good, where it felt like you couldn't catch a break, but really what it was for all this beautiful alignment to happen. It's like, it's how the universe does spiritual house cleaning. You know what I mean? It's how we go through and clear it all and clean it all up. You can't avoid it forever. We know it hurts. We know it's painful. We know it really sucks to have to turn back around and look at all of this once again after you made it here, after being in this. But the only way out is through. Honor and treasure your relationship, for it is truly sacred. So I feel like this is more about the masculine. The masculine is definitely honoring and feeling and just knowing this connection, this relationship on a soul level, of what it truly is, and that it is an honor, and it's not just about a 3D human romance, you know, going on movie dates and spending your days together and, you know, all that crap. It's like something so, like this says, sacred. This is absolutely sacred and divine and holy. And that's what this, again, that's why I said I was so drawn to, like, it's definitely like, oh my gosh, this is so sacred. And I see it, I feel it, because he's remembering a lot of his past lives, and, you know, the fact that he's a healer, and, you know, he's a shaman, or he's a high priest of Atlantis, or, you know, same as the feminine, you know, it's definitely like, oh, I'm this powerful, you know. Look at that. Look at that. I love it. I love it. You know what I just heard? See how they're like, it looks like they're almost like in the night sky. You know what I just heard? Because literally we're to the fall, to the equinox, and to the ancients, to those of you guys, right, if you know, you know, but like to us ancients, the equinoxes and the solstices are very, very, very important. Very important. Most most of like the pyramids and big huge like structures that were built and different things, they like Stonehenge and different like stone circles, it all is in alignment with the sunrise and sunsets of the solstices and the equinoxes usually. So there's a lot of it, right? So what I just received was, as the days of light grow short and the night grows long, is when I will hold you again. Basically, like the nights, now we're gonna have more darkness than daylight as we move into the fall and the winter solstice. And that is the time when our sacred, this could also be relevant to when you guys first met or reunited in the 3D before. When it comes to matters of the heart, there is no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of love. So it's also a big energy purging from the heart of guilt and shame, remorse, regret, you know, of past things. Like basically, like when it comes to love, there's no right or wrong. There's just love. So you know what I mean? Blah, 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 blah. You guys understand what I'm saying with that, right? So, okay, so let's end this message with some messages from this masculine. And is this, yeah, okay, so this is one of my message decks that I created for twin flames. Because if you are new here, I am a twin flame, divine feminine way shower in this incarnation to my beloved twin flame masculine. Although I've surrendered up physical union with him long ago, and I truly do just tap my heart and I send him love always, and pray for him to rise and pray for his happiness and all those things, right? So here we go. So my point is that I am a real true twin flame channel. I'm not just someone out here trying to make money off of twin flame readings, basically. Because let me tell you, twin flames, we hold sacred, only we can see certain things. We have certain, it's like in our soul blueprints and in our blood and in our DNA. Like it is in our soul blueprints. We hold sacred codes of twin flames, of union, of just a lot of different things. So, you know, if you know, you know, right? So anyways, we've got Aries, Leo, Sag, which is interesting. A lot of fire in the beginning, the wands. But literally, it's all about action and movement. And the very first two cards, it's like also someone who's just been in a lot of inner conflict, going back and forth about movement as well. Okay? Passion, sensuality, sexual energy, having drive, being a leader, confident. This is Phoenix rising. Purification, purify. There it is, the purification. There's my download. You are purging, meaning you are being cleansed, purged, purified in your heart chakras for union. This purification and cleansing, this has sucked. For you, living through it, it has not been fun. And you've been very emotional. But it was clearing so that these new emotional activations and energetic activations that are going to take place, that are going to be freaking astronomical, like you need space for that. Flirting, heat, purification, all the things, okay? So the fire is hot. The fire is hot. Didn't I say about guilt and remorse and all that? Look, I feel guilty for loving you and for daydreaming. But I feel guilty for loving you and for daydreaming, but I know you're where I belong. So for one reason or the next, this has been an internal struggle, a battle for whoever this is, feminine or masculine, probably masculine for a lot of you guys, but it could be a lot of feminines too. Like I'm married to my karmic, or I'm in a karmic partnership. I feel guilty and, you know, I feel so bad, of course, because they do, but at the same time, I have this connection to this other soul that is just insane. And that's what they're talking about here. I know you're where I belong. I know you're where I belong. Look at that. See? Again, I can't leave my karmic. I can't change my life. I feel stuck like a prisoner. For some of you guys, this is a real battle for your person, or whatever it is that their karmic bondage is. Maybe it's not a karmic partner. Maybe it's just their ego or trauma or whatever it is. Their wounded inner child, like fear. It could be a job. I don't know. But like, I can't. Like that's just like straight like defeat. Like I just can't. I'm sorry. I can't. So maybe that's going to be for about, I'm going to say like 4 or 5 of you guys. Someone really needs to hear that right now. Like this person is not coming back. Okay. For the rest of you guys, this is just their inner battle of what they've been struggling with. That's why we have such a victorious energy. Again, that's a big victory. It's not small, meaning like you've really battled with something here. I feel us and you so strongly. I have strong moments where I feel like you are inside of my body or right next to me. I've never felt this kind of thing before. Yeah, that's definitely like really strong. I mean, that could just be a really strong past life soul connection, but that's definitely twin flame vibes right there. Like, again, there's no human words to explain it. If you know, you know. Okay. Last card here, bottom of the deck. I'm still confused about my life. So they're admitting that they are confused. Okay, again, that's that 5 of Wands. Will it stop them? I don't think so. But again, that's person to person, case to case scenario and free will. I'm still confused about my life, about all of this, about everything. I'm not sure what's going on, but I feel like I feel myself changing. So I'm confused because I feel these immense shifts and changes within me and the way that I feel about everything and life and what I want, you know. It's just a really confusing time for me, right? Blah, 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 right? So again, I feel like for a lot of you guys, that's exactly where this person is at. They're confused, and through the month of September, maybe they gain more clarity and creates forward movement. But for the bulk of everyone here, this is everything that's like been worked through and moved through. Okay, so let me just show me the outcome. Show me the outcome here, their predictive outcome. I keep seeing the 2 of Cups in my mind's eye, but 10 of Swords, King of Pentacles. Wow. Queen of Cups. Look at that injustice. Okay, so the overall outcome here. Okay, so I'm definitely tuning in. Okay, so this is how a lot of you guys will know if this is for you or not, for sure. For a lot of you guys, whoever this masculine King of Pentacles could be an earth sign. We've got Queen of Cups, water signs. You've got Libra, Major Arcana, 10 Swords. For a lot of you guys, this divine masculine for this reading, they are literally leaving a partnership of something long-term. It's either a marriage or they've been with this person for years. Maybe they never got married. Maybe they just got engaged. They have a family or kids together. It's very serious though, okay? It's either that or this masculine's inner child is very wounded from the way they grew up, their parents' marriage, things like that. They come from a family of divorce, like something happened, okay? But that's very specific, but that's how you'll know. It's coming through very strongly. This is someone where they literally are, look, 4 of Wands, marriage, justice, like, I'm telling you, this is a big deal. Big deal. Okay, so is this masculine, is this someone leaving a long-term something and they want the feminine to know? They've gained more clarity about their future vision because we have the Chariot. Yeah, Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, okay. So they know what they want, 5 of Swords. It's definitely someone who's in a moment where they're having clarity around the false victories, how they self-sabotage, and what it is, 9 of Cups, that they want now, okay? So that's how you'll know, all right? So anyways, this is what I've got for you guys. I send love. I will see you guys tomorrow with more readings. I've been working with clients and everything behind the scenes, but I've been, I take days for myself, especially in moments like this where I can feel the eclipses and, oh my gosh, you guys, it's crazy. So, again, let me know how you guys are doing. Everything that has been happening over the last like 4 or 5 days, it's like one of those things where if it can go wrong, it has gone wrong, or if something can come up or pop up like just random out of nowhere. Again, to me, it's very eclipse. Like, okay, all good. We've got this. It's like, for me, I feel good. I'm excited for these eclipses and for September, and just happy September, mi amores. We are back in Erica's favorite time of year. So I'm so happy you're here. Mwah. Love you.